13 congratulates our Make You Kid winner, 18-year-old Jose Gutierrez of Lacey. Jose is a good student who's on 3 school sports teams. He's won many awards and was voted most inspirational by his teammates. Jose is also a student council member. One of his goals is to foster communication between teens and police to help solve gang, drug, and violence problems in the community. He is also active on 2 city youth advisory boards and is an advisor for the Lacey City Council. He speaks out on teen issues and gives the city council his feedback on city programs and problems. Thanks, Jose, for getting involved.
JOSC, student of history, divided states of America, my country, 'tis the thee. I vote every time, wonder if they count me. Speak truth to the people, demons surround me. Nationality, I represent humanity. And hard to find endangered species like the manatee. From a long line of warriors, a rare breed from the DSA. Luvva J, that's me, I'm from the
DSA. Divided
and it don't stop.
Land of the greed,
home of the hate.
Masters of skyscrapers,
prisons hold the slaves.
Ancestors and natives patiently waiting graves. Children medicated cause their parents don't behave. When liberated women think sex
Check
is
it
a way.
out.
Men leave without
Check it
sight.
out.
Learn from their display.
We're illusions, we follow the DSA. Check it out, Luvva J, and it don't stop.
So I noticed you're shouting out Zulu.
Always.
You're all about kind of preserving hip-hop culture.
Yeah.
You know, knowing the roots. Why is that important? Why know about where hip-hop came from? Why not just live in the here and now?
Well, there would be no here and now without those who came before us, for one thing. And for me, I come from the communities and the people where if hip-hop didn't exist, I might not be alive. I know many people who are not here alive. I know many people who are incarcerated and resting in peace. And I just know that in my household, we were supported through hip-hop, my sister and I, so it's very vital to remember and know that we owe something to hip-hop. Hip-hop doesn't owe anybody anything. We owe things to hip-hop.
So did you just grow up exposed to hip-hop, or?
Well, I was fortunate. My mother in Los Angeles, she was a pop locker, so she grew up in the pop lock culture, which preceded hip-hop on the West Coast.
Than my mom. My mom wrote grants.
So we basically was accepted. Even my peers who were up here when we moved to Washington, my peers, even of color, their parents may not have been knowing about it until like 1985 when it became more mainstream. So we were fortunate to be supported with it at a very young age. My favorite part about being a DJ is when I connect with the crowd. I actually feed off of human beings. So if I'm in a place, I'm gonna rock it whether it's 10 or 10,000 people in the joint. But when there's people, when human beings in the joint, especially when it's party people came to have a good time, they're gonna have a good time if I'm there. And I feed off of it. I feed off their energy and wanna make sure I cater to them. I want to serve them. I'm a servant for the people as a DJ. You know, I want to make sure when you leave Luvva J's spot, whether it was a wedding, a party, the club, or a basement, you know, I want you to like remember that night. Hopefully you help conceive the baby that night or something like that. That's what I want. And that's what I love. I've been a part of that happening. That's what I personally want to represent, and as a one of the people who founded the block party and who loves hip hop, you know, I want to represent the best of what hip-hop radio is supposed to do. And what it's supposed to do is play artists. It's supposed to break music and not fake music. That's something, you know, I believe. We don't break music, we don't fake music, we break music. So we want to have, like, you know, Heritage sitting in the back. He's from the Olympia area. We want him to edit his music so we can play it on the radio and give the listeners the power to decide if he should stay on air, you know? We don't want stations, the commercial stations from up the freeway who claim to play hip-hop, but they don't know hip-hop.
No.
We don't want the decision to play Heretic in the hands of one-dimensional minded program director who won't even give them a shot. We're here in Chaos, the newsroom, right now. And this is where some pre-production, post-production, news and information goes down right here. And as you see, there's a glass window right to the live on-air room where I'll be in just a moment hosting my show live from I-5 since 1989. Inspired by, you know, chaos, them playing hip-hop when a lot of other stations would not. And really playing hip-hop, breaking artists like Sir Mix-a-Lot, Criminal Nation, NWA, Large Professor, and Main Source, people like that. So the legacy continues with Luvva J. It's an honor to uphold that legacy and keep hip-hop going and playing all dimensions of it, internationally, nationally. We don't define by coasts, and I'm from here and there. You know, it's all part of hip-hop, so that's how we rock, right here.
Elevate the game, baby, what Jay do. You I don't know about, that's for certain. Only one star in this town opened the curtain into the stage. Days at the article, genuine deluxe game, only go vertical in a skyscraper or just a scraper. Get that paper, I'm about the results. If your game ain't strong, baby, ain't my fault. Definition of a hustler, what y'all want? Live from my 5, Luvva J, baby. Winners train, losers complain. Do your thing, all your friends' friends. You know, it just means something being from LA and from the Bay Area and being raised here in Hawks Prairie, East Tanglewild, and first moving to Washington and living on Hilltop and in Lakewood and Steilacoom. You know, I bring it all the way back home, and it means something to do it from the dirt I stand on, from the concrete I stand on. So that's hip hop to me, at least in the Olympia area, the 360. And we go to downtown and the west side of the O and east side and everything, but Hawks Prairie is where hip hop started in Olympia. So this is how we put it down. Wednesday nights, West Coast Wednesday, Dirty West Wednesday, Saturday, Olympia, right here, and special events as well. So it's Luvva J in a real way, man, and this is where it goes down and how it goes down in the 3-6 original. Check it out. So first it arises, I'm from Los Angeles. I'm born in the Bay and from LA. And when we moved to Washington, my family was homeless on Hilltop in Tacoma at the Mission. And so just straight off the top, being a part of the community and being in the most humble of beginnings in Tacoma and in the 253, which was the 206 at that time when I was a child, it gives me a sense of ownership and care and love for Tacoma. And coming from Hilltop, moving to Lakewood and then to Steilacoom and then to Olympia. Olympia is also a place I consider my hometown, along with the Bay, LA, and the TAP. We want everybody to be there and support a movement that's bigger than any individual. It's about the original principles of hip-hop: peace, love, unity, having fun, and knowledge, most importantly, and giving back. Okay, remember where hip-hop came from. So that's part of hip-hop for the homeless, and that's Saturday night. You know, donations, no one's turned away. Bring what you can. It's a $5 suggested donation, but food, clean clothes, hygienical materials, anything like that you can bring for those in need in our community. And on Sunday, we're going to provide a meal. We're going to have haircuts and massages, and people in the community are welcome to come in and collect items that we collected the night before. So it's a direct service. It's not going to wait 3 weeks or 3 months to redistribute material. We want to collect it and redistribute it for those in need, especially in this cold season. And the cold seasons we've been dealing with economically in the country. We know people are in need, and it could be any one of us any day. So we humble ourselves in the spirit of hip-hop culture and represent those principles and the elements. They'll all be present for the 12th annual Hip Hop for the Homeless Benefit Weekend. So be there. So our area I have much pride in. The whole Tacoma, Olympia area, up and down I-5, live from I-5, and that's how I get down. And so I wanted to provide a platform so we can create an industry and represent our hip-hop culture, because it's lost. And I don't think people are preserving it, and I want to be part of that movement to preserve it. So that's part of what the 25360 stands for. So that's what I stand for, and I'm with that. You know what I mean? And I want to see love for everybody doing something positive in our community to help lift up our hip-hop culture and to help rebuild our communities. Because some of our communities been through some things. And, you know, I'm about improving situations. So what you about?
J-O-S-C, precious MC, victims fail doing their best to test me. Lock, low, bang, snipe like Wesley. Keep a bad female, let her undress me. Whisper words delicately and caress me. I enjoy that, I employ that. Only rock Wazoo, LA, your Bay Caps in the 360 is where the game is laid at.
Live from my 5, Luvva J, baby. Winners train, losers complain. Do your thing.